Now we're going to look at how to create a source category, which is a way of clustering different sources together within a unit. So it's basically a subdivision of a unit. And if you're struggling to remember what this looks like, then you can go to the terminology video, which is quite high up in the list on this video manual. So first we need to go into the unit where we're going to categorize our sources. So I'm going to go into video manual, my paper, and then go into the unit. And there you'll see the sources that you want to categorize. First thing is to go to the edit page. So click on edit on the top right and scroll down where you'll find your sources appearing here in thumbnails. And at the moment we can see that they're all under this white banner saying uncategorized sources. The first thing we need to do is to create the categories to drag our sources into. So I want to create 3 categories. The first is going to be old books. So I type it in here where it says add a new source category and click plus and it immediately appears. The second one is going to be objects. Click plus and it appears again. And the third is going to be monuments. Plus again. Now it's really important to make sure that there are sources within all of these categories before you save, because if you make a source category and then don't put a source into it, it will just disappear. So the next thing we're going to do is to drag those sources down, and we just do that by clicking the arrow and taking them down into the category you want them to be placed in. I'm going to do this with the object, and finally with the monument. So we can see we have our sources now in 3 different categories, and click save. And this will immediately be apparent on your unit page. You can see that the sources have disappeared into these source categories. But this looks quite bland now because we don't have a thumbnail. So what we then need to do is to go back onto the edit page, and we'll see now that the source category has been created and saved that if we scroll down to it now, there will be a pencil sign, meaning we can then edit that source category. So we click on the pencil sign and it'll give us the chance to upload an image. So I'm going to quickly upload a thumbnail by choosing File. And here it is here. I've got it prepared. And you can do this for the other source categories at the same time. You just need to go to that source category and click the pencil sign that's next to the category. So if I wanted to do the thumbnail for objects, I would click here and do the same thing. So let's see what this looks like now that we saved it. So now we have the 3 source categories, one of which has a thumbnail. And source categories are really useful because they're a way of categorizing sources, which means that you don't have to jump between pages. You can open and close the drawers as much as you want, as if you're opening and closing the drawers of a cabinet.